Hello, my name is Stacy Zackin, the manager of Workspace, and I'm thrilled to have been able to interview Max for our Artist Spark series called Creative Spark.
Max, thank you for joining us for our fifth Creative Spark from the galleries at Workspace. Can you tell us your name and your relationship to art?
Sure thing. My name is Max. I use they, them pronouns. My relationship with art goes way back. I did start doing art as a young child. My parents always encouraged me to keep making art, no matter what it was. If it was sculpture, they'd get me clay. I had string, beads, paint, colored pencils, like anything I could want. And, really most of my days spent as a young kid were, making art one way or another, pretending, making costumes for myself, for my dolls, or, playing pretend, which really goes into like how I ended up getting into even performance art, which is just another type of, art itself. So yeah, it started at a very young age and I've just continued doing it.
So you seem very chipper and cheery. Some of your art, when people go check out your social media, is a little bit dark and gritty. So how
Yes.
does that self-expression and your commentary on the world, how does that suit you?
I do struggle with mental health issues, depression, anxiety, and I did grow up in a bit of a difficult situation with my parents. And, there's a lot of things that went on in my life as a young child, including going into foster care and being part of that system and then getting adopted at 14. So I kind of use all the trauma that I've had in my life, and I kind of point that towards art, and that's kind of my, way of expressing these very difficult emotions that I still deal with today. So I kind of, use that as my outlet, as a form of therapy, as well as, going to a regular therapist. But for me, it's important to be able to express those deeper, more difficult emotions, because sometimes it's just something that's so, it doesn't really have words. You can't really put words to the things that you've experienced or how you feel. So art is one of those great things that can kind of lead the way for other types of expressive therapies.
Very nice. And I know you're also an advocate. We at the galleries at Workspace believe that art is a tool for social change. But way through our spark, so we want to see some of your art. Where are we now? In your bedroom, your workroom?
Right. So we're actually in what my roommates called the tea room, which is a wonderful thing to have. So we just have our little space here with some art. And yeah, I could definitely show you guys some stuff. So this is a piece that I made recently. It is a pretty long skirt. And for this, I used materials that I just kind of had on hand, which is what I do. I use recycled materials because I'm an advocate for nature. For not using more materials than we need. Of course, overconsumption is a big deal in the world at this point. So I try to use as much stuff that I already have as possible, or stuff that I find or am given, so that I can have a use for it. So you can see even right here, there's like some dried fruit that I put on there. Goes also into my idea of naturalism and of using nature incorporated in, and mixing in my pagan beliefs and such into my art.
Excellent. What advice would you give to somebody who would love to use art as a creative outlet but doesn't really see themselves as an artist?
I personally believe that everyone is an artist in some way at heart, one way or another. And I think that our egos, which isn't our fault, deters us from thinking that we're artists because we think, oh, I'm not, I can't do that. But the thing is that I think everyone can. It's just that we're told by society what
Mhm.
a good artist is. And I don't really believe in that. You know, I did go to art school for 5 years, and even I was told, like, your work isn't, sometimes they'd say, oh, your work isn't high art. But, if it makes you happy, if it releases some kind of frustration or whatever, or happiness, then do it. You won't know until you try.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to save a little time so we can figure out how to edit this video and show some of your work,
All
uh,
right.
your Instagram page and your contact information. And I want to thank you so much for sharing your talents with us. And
Thank you.
the space at Workspace is open again to performers and audiences to welcome you back.
Yes. Awesome. Can't wait.
Thank you so much.
All right.